Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be doing the poem Abou Ben Adhem. Now, this is one of the shortest poems in your book, Treasure Trove, and this is a very interesting poem, a very scoring poem also. And this is a poem in which I have seen the author's name being asked multiple times. So just remember the author is Leigh Hunt, right? And he's this English poet, writer, and essayist. Okay, he's written some amazing essays. You should just read some of his essays. And this poem is one very nice tale. Okay, now this poem particularly is called a parable. A parable is a poem in which you're having a very nice storyline. A moral story is being conveyed to you through the poem. Okay, and the rhyme scheme of this very poem is AABB, meaning the first two lines have the same rhyming endings and the third and fourth line have rhyming endings. And the themes are, selfless service, loving one's neighbors or fellow men, right? These are all the characters that are shown by Abou Ben Adhem. And also in the moral, it's also shown that you should love your neighbors a lot, love your fellow men a lot. That's a higher priority to be closer to God. So let's see. Abou Ben Adhem, may his tribe increase, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace. Okay, so now Abou Ben Adhem, the main character of our story, the person on whom the whole heading or the whole poem is based on, may his tribe increase. The poem is wishing for more people like him to be in the world. Awoke one night from a deep dream of peace. So this deep dream of peace shows that he is a very calm guy. He's a very nice person who has no worries, which means he is a very genuine person. He does not lie. He's honest and loyal and everything. So that is what the deep dream signifies. Just remember that. And saw within the moonlight in his room, making it rich like a lily in bloom. Making it rich like a lily in bloom, that's your simile. And so he suddenly wakes up from his very peaceful sleep where he is having nice dream and saw within the moonlight in his room. The moonlight, right? He has an open window, the moonlight is shining into his room, and the moonlight is beautifying his room, making it rich like a lily in bloom. So white lilies, they look very beautiful when they're in their full bloom, right? And they look very elegant and rich. And that's what he's comparing his room to, with the moonlight shining inside. An angel writing in a book of gold, exceeding peace, made Ben Adhem bold. Now, and he sees an angel, right? He sees this presence in his room who's an angel who's writing in a book of gold. This signifies that the angel is writing something very important, something very pure, something very, you can say, very, very important by religious aspects. Exceeding peace made Ben Adhem bold. Now this is the very peaceful environment. There's an angel sitting right in front of him, that too writing something in a book made of gold. Abou Ben Adhem is a curious person. He is bold enough to ask the presence what it's writing. And to the presence in the room, he said, "What writest thou?" The vision raised its head. Now the Abou Ben Adhem, the peace had made him bold, so he asks the presence, which is the angel, what it is writing. What writest thou? What writest means what write, and thou is the old form, the Shakespearean form of writing you. The vision raised its head. To answer this question, the curious question by Abou Ben Adhem, the vision raises its head with a look made of all sweet accord. Now this is an angel. It's always pretty. It's always a good pleasant face, so made of all sweet accord. You know how innocently kids look up, their face is so sweet. The angel raises a similar sweet face and answers, "The names of those who love the Lord." And now, with looking up with all this sweet innocent expression, the angel answers, "The names of those who love the Lord." Now this is a very important thing. It is the very first list mentioned in the poem out of 3. Yeah, many people confuse there to be 2 of the list, but there are actually 3. If you read carefully, I'll just point them out to you as they come along. "And is mine one?" said Abou. "Nay, not so," replied the angel. Abou spoke more low. Now, and he asks, now an angel is writing, sitting in his room. The angel is writing in a book of gold, and then when he asks if the list includes his name, The angel replies, no, it's not. So Abu spoke more low but cheerily still and said, I pray thee then write me as one that loves his fellow men. Now he's kind of sad or not happened. His spirits have been dampened a bit, but he's still cheery enough. He's still okay with it. He asks, then I request you to write me as one who loves his fellow men. Now this is the second list that is mentioned by Abou Ben Adhem. The first list here is mentioned by the angel itself, and the second list is mentioned by Abou Ben Adhem, in which he is suggesting that the angel make another list where Abu's name is one of them. The angel wrote and vanished. The next night it came again with a great awakening light. Now the angel writes something and then vanishes. And the very next night it comes back to his room and with a great awakening light. An angel is coming, as you might have seen in movies or these serials or something, a very divine entity is coming, so there'll be like flashing white light, and with that white light even Ben Adhem wakes again, and this time the angel shows a list to Abou Ben Adhem and showed the names whom love of God had blessed, which means basically that God had blessed these people. God loves these people dearly. So this is the third list. First list, name of those who love the Lord. Second list, name of those who love his fellow men. And the third list, whom love of God had blessed. And lo, Ben Adhem's name led all the rest. In the third list, Ben Adhem's name is at the top. It's the very first name. Okay, talking about some important points. There would be a question that what is the angel referred to as? At first, it is just called an angel. Next, it's called the presence in the room. Next, in the very next line, it's called the vision, and in the end, in the last paragraph, the second line, it's called it. Again, you must make sure that the pronouns of the angel are not given. So just don't go writing his, her. An angel's gender is not given here, so just write it over here while you write the answer. And then you have the three lists, and then the figures of speech. The very first line here is the very fourth line over here is your simile. And Abou Ben Adhem is shown as this very calm guy, genuine guy who is very selfless, and he's also someone who loves his fellow men or neighbors. Okay, so now what the poem signifies, right? At first, it's writing the names of people of those who have loved the God, loved Lord. The name of Abou Ben Adhem is not one of them. So you can think that he's not requited by God exactly, right? But then again, he suggests that the angel writes his name as someone who loves his fellow men, which tells us that loving one's fellow men or neighbors is a very important thing. Now the angel writes something and vanishes. The next day, the angel comes back to the list of those whom the love of God had blessed, right? Which signifies that this is a list of people whom God considered good, whom God loved dearly because they are good people. And now already Ben Adhem has established that he is a person who loves his fellow men or neighbors. And God loves him the most because his is the very first name, which signifies that loving one's neighbors is a feature or, a kind of characteristic that even God loves. So loving one's neighbors is loving one's God. So it's higher than loving one's God, right? So he's just suggesting that one should love their neighbors and fellow men and have a selfless service towards others. So guys, that's all for the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching.